Hey guys, it's the History Nerd, and we are back with another exciting episode of Silent Hunter 5. My word, it feels good to say that on purpose and actually mean it. And hopefully you guys can hear me okay. In the last episode, in the first episode, we were introduced to Wolfram, Kesselring, and the usual crew. And let's get ourselves set up. We raided Scapa Flow. Now, I realize we did that before there was a mission available. I'm not that concerned about that, and let me tell you why. Well, we got a nicer view going on. Nice little town. You know, I don't think I've ever really taken a good look at this place, and, you know what? It's a nice little peaceful town. Not much going on in this harbor, but, you know, it's nicely protected. And it's quaint, I think, is the way I would describe this is quaint. So yeah, we got a quaint pit stop. Nothing beats that. Anyway, so we hit Scapa Flow, and there was no mission to hit Scapa Flow, but that's okay, because all I really wanted to do was have a really easy chance at sinking a battleship. And that's exactly what we did. We got like a 32,000 ton something or other. 32,000 ton 188 warship on our first patrol. This is perfect. I likes it. So, we're obviously not patrolling here, otherwise mission accomplished, BDU, everything's fine and dandy. No, we've got to head out to this area. So, come on, there we go. Usual thing, we just got to go there and then hang around for a bit and see what we can see. Hopefully something comes along. And if I remember correctly, 50 kilometers, I think, is kind of what the game's looking for. Let's make sure we click. That's almost perfect. And, yeah, we can just start getting a patrol set up. My word, this brings back memories. Anyway, Scapa Flow. When the mission comes back, we can certainly head back there and do it again. But that's not really that big of a concern. And because of the way I'm going to be playing this, i.e. with the, and when I say mission advancer, or the time machine mod with the mission advancer, it's actually the campaign, right? So, if we take a look, the campaign we're in right now is Total Germany, right? And we've accomplished one mission because we didn't do the tutorial. And so, as you complete missions, these fill up, and once you get to this point, you're good to go on to the next campaign. If you do more, then, you know, the BDU likes you a bit more and all that other stuff. And, of course, there's, you know, tonnage amounts and things like that factor into it, too. But for the most part, you want to try and get these done so you can keep playing the game. There's a mod out there that lets you advance to the next campaign without worrying about that. So that's kind of what we're going to be relying on because, as an example, last time I sunk a 7,000 ton freighter somewhere up here, and it didn't count towards the British Coastal Waters mission. So, that happens a lot with this game. Believe me, it does. So, well, I mean, you know, if you saw the first series, you know. So that's the plan with that. As for what mods I'm running, it's exactly the same setup as the previous Silent Hunter run. There are no new mods. There are no mods that I got working. I haven't tweaked the game at all. It's just the same old Silent Hunter with the mods, the Open Horizons or the Dark Horizons or whatever it is. It's one of those two. And a couple of the other ones that are installed but I don't work. That's that for that. So yeah, so those are the mods that are running. Same as last time. Don't want to complicate things. And really, the game, it's kind of sketchy enough as it is, if you know what I mean. Like, it's a temperamental beast. 90% of the time, it's going to work fine. 10% of the time, it is not going to work at all. And I have a feeling with adding mods, it's going to make it worse, the temperamentalness. So, I've got a good balance. And really, there's nothing I need from a mod if you get what I'm saying. Like, a lot of people... The thing I've discovered with Silent Hunter 5, or Silent Hunter in general, and something I never knew existed before getting involved in the subsim community, is there's a group of people, most of the subsim community, let's be honest, have been playing these games forever. They're like me and grand strategy games, right? They've been playing them since they were little kids, and as the series evolves, game series make choices that people don't agree with. And with Silent Hunter, the way the community gets around that is by creating mods. So that's cool. And Silent Hunter 3 is, you know, depending on who you ask, because some people even say, like, the original Silent Hunter was the best, or Silent Hunter 4, hands down, or whatever. Everybody's different. But Silent Hunter 3 is kind of like the benchmark, if you will, of subsim games, where people are like, hey, you know, this is exactly what I want out of a subsim game, and Silent Hunter 4 did this that changed it, and that changed it, so let's make a mod to change it back. With me coming into it in the opposite direction, for me, the quintessential subsim game, Silent Hunter 5, where shooting targets, you know, is a little frustrating, even in easy mode. You can run around the ship. I mean, this, for me, sold me on this game. Just the ability to do this. That's all I like. And not even, like, anywhere, right? And I know you can kind of walk around your sub in Silent Hunter 4 or whatever, but it's not the same. You're flying around, right? Like, this is walking. This is traversing. This is moving around, and you hear footsteps, and you can run, and you can walk, and... You know, this is what I like. Which is crazy, right? Like, I like running around a submarine. I don't know why. I just do. It adds something to the game that I enjoy. So for me, there's really no reason to mod this game because I like it the way it is. Other than a few things. Like missions not completing. Well, I got a mod around that, you know? There's a mod that lasts till the end of the war. That's great. I don't know if I'll ever make it, but it's a possibility. So that's my stance on mods. I've been going on for 7.5 minutes now. Hope you guys don't mind the rambling, and hopefully you guys can hear me. Otherwise, you're just hearing a submarine and birds and a little annoying voice that you can't really make out in the background.
We are in shallow waters, Captain.
I'm aware, Dieter. I'm aware. Anyway, I think that kind of ran out of steam with this rant. Anyway, we're off to England. Gonna be a fun time. Hopefully we pick up targets right away. When we do, I'll show you guys. See you guys in a little bit. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we've got our first catch of the day. Way out there. Ooh, that is a nice sized freighter. It's about just under 3 kilometers out, I do believe. Let's see. Yeah, it's about 2 kilometers out. So, we've lost the gun, the green bar gun thingy. I'm okay with that. Let's get this out to about 2 kilometers. That's a hit. We'll go just a little bit more. Well, what I want to try and do is get the guns. Oh, no, we got to go just a little bit further out. I was right in my gut. I want to try and get these high explosive shells to land right on the deck. That is never an easy thing. Regardless, now there we go. We got a fire going. This ship is in our patrol route, so this will count towards the special little extra mission the BDU has for us, which is nice. We can probably pull that back down. We are getting much closer to this guy. And in fact, what I'm going to do, the first time this war, is let Mr. Max Bauer take over the shooting. Because it is his job. And you know what? Let's do it. Good luck, Max. In the meantime, I'm going to send just a little note to the BDU. For those wondering, we are U-31. I don't get to choose that. Otherwise, it would be U-69, as I'm sure surprises nobody. Anyway, we're gonna hammer away at this guy, and, well, Max is taking his shots. Let's go and scout her out. Decent-sized freighter. Certainly much better than a fishing boat. And we've already got some good damage in on her. She's on fire. We got some holes below the waterline. We just blew off the rear mast. That's not bad. And I think it's pretty safe to say this freighter doesn't have long for the world. Max has got a good beat on her. We got the high explosive shells flying in like, you know, illuminated death. Let's just pull that a little bit closer to the ship. I have a feeling these guys have probably slowed down to almost nothing. And, yeah, it's just a matter now of hitting this ship enough so it goes down. Usual plan, usual situation. One thing I did notice as I was hunting this guy down is our hydrophones are still the old ones, so they only work on the sides of the ship. We need to get back to port sooner than later so we can get some upgrades on the boat and get the Prometheus able to listen in 360 degrees, not just along the sides. It's tough to hunt down a ship when you can't hear it or see it if you're pointed right at it. That's a little frustrating. But, you know, that's an upgrade that comes right away. Shouldn't take us too much time. Come on, Max. I guess now we could probably, well, we could probably set it to stop and be able to finish this no problem. Let's do that. Anytime, Max. We probably could just leave this ship and it would die on its own, but I want to make sure we get the kill here. Even if it does waste a little bit of deck gun ammunition, that's fine. It's going to be worth it. In my opinion, anyway. And hopefully, this guy counts towards the mission. Should be about, I don't know, 5,000 plus tons. Going towards the completion of the British coastal waters, which would be good. I think we need 50,000 tons, so it'll be about 10%. If I've done my math right. There we go. Patrol the designated area is a check. It's perfect. We can't send a radio message because I already sent one. But that ship was, come on, 7,000 tons. I like that. Can go ahead and watch this guy sink down below. Quite quickly, I might add. We certainly did pepper the ship, so let's just check the rear. Not many holes in the rear, more holes up front. But quite obviously, the high explosive shells really did their number. On the cargo of the ship, it looks like it was carrying war supplies. So you never want to, you know, be on a ship that's carrying ammunition and other explosives. And, you know, have it hit with repeatedly hit with high explosive shells. Anyway, that guy, as you can see, destined for the bottom. We got that completed. So now we just got to hunt down some more ships. And I'm thinking the best spot for us to do that, probably up around this area. Yeah, that didn't count. That did not count. Perhaps what I need to do is make sure I'm logged in on Uplay and actually online. I wonder if I can do that while the game is running. Okay, well, I'm going to go give that a try. And, yeah. We'll see you guys when we get a target, and hopefully it'll count towards the mission. We'll see. See you guys in a bit. FYI, if you ever want to, load Uplay up in online mode while you're already on a game. Nope, we can actually go with speed. That would get us moving. You're going to have to quit the game. So we'll just do it next time and hope that things work out well. Anyway, looks like we got ourselves a merchant way out over here. How far out are they? 55 kilometers. We can see he's probably going off. Let's grab a ruler type object. He's probably going off in this direction. So positioning ourselves, about there might not be a bad idea. We can get rid of that one and go hunt this guy down. See you guys when we've got him in our range. All right, so what we've actually got is a pretty freaking big convoy, as you can see. From our current position, they're about 7 kilometers out. From our final position, they'll be probably about 6, which isn't exactly what I would want. I'd want them a bit closer. So we're going to try positioning our sub around here. And actually, if I'm on deck, that's not going to work. Let's get ourselves under. No, let's actually get under, please. And let's just stop. They will, come by me here. There are quite a few popping up. They can't see me yet. So that's good. It's still, it's still night-ish. The sun is just coming up. And as you can see, ladies and gentlemen, if this works, if this counts, we will have the mission pretty much completed here. I would imagine. I'm hoping anyway. Certainly are a lot of ships out here. So yeah, we should be able to get a couple of shots off here. Now what we can try doing, and I'm sure a lot of people want me to try this, so let's give it a shot, shall we? We'll lock onto this guy. We'll leave that there. I wish the periscope stayed. So we've got an unknown freighter. What do we got? 2 and 1. 2 front masts, 1 rear mast. I'm going to say it's probably this guy or maybe this guy. I'm going to say it's this guy because he's bigger. And does that make sense? That's the one. All right. We won't worry about a bearing. We know the range is going to be around 2 kilometers, so let's see if I can use this thing properly. We want to kind of line it up, I think, so the bottom of the mirrored reflection is right on the top of the ship. Let's see how that is. 32 seems a bit high. Let's try that again. Come on, waves. About like there, maybe? 28. That seems better. Speed, we can do this in a cheaty way. We know they're going 10 knots. So let's go ahead and plug in 10. Perfect. And bearing is going to be coming from our periscope. Angle on bow is going to be about like that. I'm sure there's some mathematical way to figure this out. And this is probably why the shot is not going to hit. Whoa. Whoa. But, where's my target? Is that guy my target? That's got to be the target, right? Right? Yeah, that's the target. Okay, so if we take a look at this... Actually, it's going to be coming in on this side, isn't it? Kind of like that. About. Something like that. We can adjust the depth down, which we will do. And we'll make sure that gets locked in. And we will... Los. Fire that target off. Or fire that torpedo off. We'll see if that actually hits anything. I don't know. Like I say, I don't really understand how these targeting computers work, but I think I've got the basics down. We'll see. And I'm sure, now that I've actually shown you guys how I do this, you guys in the comments can say, hey, history nerd, you big idiot, you're doing it all wrong. You gotta do it this way. And I will say thank you, and, you know, do my best to learn these lessons. Let's turn you off, and let's just go back to what I'm comfortable with the dum-dum shooting. Because let's face it, this is how I make my bread and butter here, guys. I'm not confident with that torpedo shot, if I'm honest. Let's see. Can we bring that down? We can bring it down to about there, and that should be pretty close. We know that these guys also have rather deep hulls, so we can drop it just a little bit, and we'll los that one. And if anything, that should be a hit. Let's check on this. I don't know. I don't think that freighter is going to be picking up enough speed to actually make that a hit. That's okay. I'm sure we'll survive. Let's see here. If we drop this down to speed 2. Yep. Just a bit ahead. And now I think maybe that guy might be maneuvering because of torpedoes in the water. Which, you know, it makes my job a little more difficult. But it is what it is. That is probably definitely going to be a hit. And yeah, we can see this guy is definitely maneuvering around to avoid torpedoes. I can't say I blame him, but I also can't say I'm all that pleased. It's a little frustrating. We'll at least get one, right? Like, that is definitely going to hit. Unless I set it too deep. I don't think I set it too deep.
Torpedo impact.
Definitely did not set it too deep. Take that, freighter. Just a bit too far out on that guy.
Tracking new target.
And this guy is the one who's doing all the fancy maneuvers, isn't he? Although he is getting close. So that's good. We know what he is, so we can put it definitely deeper. We'll put it a lot deeper.
6 meters.
And getting nice and close for a los. Alright, we got tube 4 kicking around waiting to do something. Have we got a target for it? We could finish that guy off, but I mean, we can finish that guy off with a deck gun. That's not a concern there. Let's crank the speed up on this guy and see if we can't maybe just put it down a little bit deeper. These freighters, it's safe to do that. And we're close, we're close, we're close for a los. There we go. So we got a couple of ships on fire. We got some torpedoes out. I'd say it's probably time to get ready for the deck gun. That's just my thinking anyway. Let's check out the damage on this guy. Nice big hole way down deep. Good luck patching that on the go. And that's pretty much about it. We should have 2 more hits here. I'm not sure about this one. See if we can pick up the wake somewhere. Oh, the wake's going to be coming past this guy. Somewhere. Anyway, this is about to hit. And that is a good hit. Nice big hole. Whoa! Nice big hole, way down low. Lots of water flooding in. That's what we want. And I'm hoping... Where's this torpedo? Coming in there. Yeah, that guy dodged it. We might get lucky with that freighter way in the back there, but I don't know. Probably not. Those guys look like they know what they're up to. Let's get on deck. We got some stuff to take care of up here, gentlemen. Alright. Let's snag the gun view. Seas are looking pretty rough. What do we got out there? About a kilometer. So about like that, really. Maybe a bit further out. We'll let this wave go past. Then we'll get a fire. That was definitely a hit. Maybe just a bit further. We are firing the high explosives. That is stupendous. And, yeah, basically, this is just going to be cleaning up the ships we've already hit. Which is, I guess, something we could get Max to do. Really. But I'm okay sitting here hitting spacebar. Plus, you get a nice shot of explosions like that. Always a good thing. We got to be careful, of course, of this guy who's nice and close, who might be coming in on some kind of intercept run, trying to ram us. We don't want to be rammed by a freighter. That would not be good for the hull of the Prometheus. Come on, come on, come on. I know the game you're playing, Captain. And I will have none of it. None. Yeah! I like big explosions like that. Makes me feel happy. This is, again, it's an odd thing to say. From a video game stance, I'm sure if I saw an explosion like that in real life, even if I had caused it, I'd be a little concerned.
Torpedo missed, sir.
Yeah, I'm aware the torpedo missed, but I'm okay with that. We're doing just fine with the deck gun here, guys. Yeah. This guy has got to be about ready to just drop. Come on. Really just want to make sure one of you guys sinks. And there can't be much left for this guy here. Yep, he's gone. Perfect. Then we got this guy to worry about, probably about 2 kilometers out. With the searchlights out looking for us, you'll never spot us.
Ready.
And even if you do, what is it going to accomplish? Nothing. Nothing will accomplish. Or you'll accomplish nothing. I'd like to get an explosion going on that ship here. Anytime. Alright, well, I guess really I should also be focusing on ships that have a better chance of going down with my munitions. Am I getting shot at? I think I am. I certainly am. That sounds like it's just an anti-aircraft gun. We shouldn't be in too much trouble, but let's GTFO. Get under. Quickly, please. Whoops. No, we can resume. I'm concerned about the ship. How much damage? We got a 90% hull integrity. That should be just fine. The periscope is damaged, of course. Only 99%. That's okay. You guys can keep shooting your anti-aircraft rounds at us. You will do us no harm. Let's just get under. I guess we could speed things up to try and get us under quicker.
Pressure hull repaired.
Good. Although a pressure hull with a couple extra holes probably means we're getting under quicker. So, you know, that's a thing. We've got one tube up and that's it. That's a little bit of a concern. But that's okay. These guys are going to be pulling maneuvers here too, aren't they? Let's see. That guy probably won't be. How quick is you going, sir? You was going 3 knots. Kind of away from us? Man, there's not... Right. Well, I guess we could try this sucker again. Angle on bow is going to be, or bow, or whatever, is going to be really more like that. Oops. Is really going to be more like that. And I don't think they're that far out. No, 1 kilometer. This range of 3 kilometers is not going to be good. Like that? There we go. That, I think, would be good. Let's get that off. And let's just, adjust the depth of the torpedo, of course. And we'll aim about there. So let's see if that works. That'll give us 2 ships, which wouldn't be bad. I kind of feel like I botched this convoy raid. Kind of feel like it could have gone a bit better. That's just me. I don't know. We'll see. This torpedo hit could make up for it, but I'm obviously not understanding something about the system of manually aiming. So, yeah, maybe, just maybe, we'll figure that out at a later date. Fortunately, we're not going to be able to get any sort of shots with the rear-facing tube. So what we might want to do is kind of position ourselves up and around like so, and maybe kick the speed up a little bit. Also, let's drop the freaking periscope down. We should be able to hear these guys as we maneuver.
Moving away. Bearing 21. Medium range. Ready.
And really, what I want to make sure I do is get these guys behind me. But I don't think that that's going to be happening. There should be a guy right where? Right there. That's nice and close, isn't it? We should be able to get a torpedo shot on that guy. Let's turn you off. I mean, we're really close to getting a shot on this guy. Let's kick it up to speed 3. And then it's just really a matter of loosing at the right moment. Line it up on what basically is this cluster of numbers here. And that's looking pretty good for a los. We might as well do the second tube as well. And that should be a good kill on at least this guy. It should take two torpedoes to sink him. I hope. That's 1. That's 2. And let's cut our engines because we're kind of driving right for this guy. But I have a feeling if those torpedoes hit in the same location, which, you know, they probably did, this guy's not going to be long for the surface. While everyone else flees, we might want to hop up and finish him off with the deck gun.
Flag gun operational.
Oh, good. I'm not even sure how they hit the flat gun, really. We were incredibly close. Or, that doesn't make any sense at all. We weren't incredibly close. The flat gun is behind us. So, You know, maybe a bit of a misplay there on my part. Let's wait for him to rise up, using the sea to help us with our shooting. But we got this ship basically on fire. This guy should be headed for the water soon. He is. Excellent. So, let's go take a look. Send in, good work, no new objective at this time. Patrol another area of your choice or return to base. Thank you, BDU. Where's the X to close you? I'm not... There it is. Let's take a look, and this guy we just sunk was a 7,000 ton ship, which is good, but I guess we got another one here, which was another 7,000 ton ship, which is pretty good, but only 2 ships out of this. I'm feeling a little bit like I didn't do enough, like I probably should have succeeded a bit more in this campaign against these freighters. We got that guy.
Merchant,
We might as well do our best to sink him.
Bearing 335. Medium range.
So let's get in position and hope for a third freighter. Which, that should be a nice addition to our kill totals here. I don't imagine this guy's going to be lasting too much longer. This guy over here might be getting a deck gun moving, or an anti-aircraft gun moving, but I have a feeling...
Slow speed ahead.
We'll just go minimum speed, actually. I have a feeling you won't be able to help out before this freighter goes to the bottom. My word, what an impressive explosion. There's not much of that ship left. Let's head on over and take a look. There it is. Yeah, there's nothing left of this ship. He done split in twain. Boom. You're 2 ships now. I like it. I think Max is still shooting, and I think Max might be shooting at that guy. Looks like it auto-targeted. I'm okay with that. It's, you know, more shooting, more targets, more kills. Nice explosion. That's a bit off, Max. You can do better. Three torpedoes left. That's not much. Let's take a look. Another 7,000 ton steamer. Just fine. Let's kick it up to speed 3. Chase you down. We got these asshats looking around. Is that way out there? Is that a ship on fire, or is that just part of the ship that blew up? Okay. That's just part of the ship that split in twain. Perfect. That guy, he's almost done. Fires everywhere. Still moving though. So, you know, that's a bit of a concern, but I'm sure we'll get him in no time. And then once that guy is down and out, I think that's really going to be enough for this convoy. I guess we could pursue further, but part of me is just thinking it's not really a bad idea to head back to base and get the Prometheus upgraded. If we take a look, is any of this counting? None of this is counting. So as you can see, we've done quite a lot when it comes to advancing this mission, and the BDU is having none of it, apparently. These ships were sinking. It's good that we're sinking them, don't get me wrong, but apparently they're not the right ones.
2, 3,
So
ready.
Tasty grapefruit water. Fancy grapefruit water from France, no less. Shouldn't be too much longer now. Come on. Come on. Well, that was a bit short, Max. I don't know where that shot landed, but it kind of just disappeared into the ether. Let's go and take a look. We'll just maneuver ourselves a bit more that way. Let's see. Just a merchant marine ship. Nothing special about this convoy at all. Not even carrying fish and chips, I believe. It looks like this is all war material, so we're actually helping the war effort out and not even going after the morale of the nation. Wolfram Kesselring doesn't mess around. My word, these ships can take a lot of shells. Starting to slow down, though. That's a sign that things may be going our way. We done shooting, Max? Like, what's up? I would imagine we've got to switch over to armor-piercing rounds, which is fine. We can certainly do that. But, I'm a little bit concerned about your aiming here, sir. Well, let's see if we can't use the benefits of time acceleration. Our shots are going all over the place. That guy cannot still be alive. I mean, look at how low he is in the water. Okay, good. He's dead. And that'll be another one. Whoops. One day I'll get used to this. I should be used to it by now. Come on. Scroll down. Let's check you out. And you are another 7,000-ton freighter. So we've surpassed the battleship in merchant tonnage, which is good. I think what we're going to do now, as tempting as it is to continue the attack on these guys, we're going to head all the way back to Kiel, end the mission, and get the Prometheus upgraded. Because we got to do a few things. We got to get that fancy hydrophone. That means we can, you know, listen in all directions, and almost more importantly, the Prometheus needs an emblem. The Defiance had one that quite obviously let every British ship know. Ooh, no. We'll go like that. Like that. That should be good. That should be good. And there's the sub pen down there. We won't have to go that far. Set sail, lads. We're getting out of here. Max, you can seriously stop it. Yes, Dieter, I guess we can't secure any of the guns. Nothing more to say, man. Sorry you're injured. But that stuff happens. Now I want to freaking sink that ship. Because that... hold on a second. Hold on a second. Is it just me, or does this ship look bigger? I mean, they're all fairly large, decent-sized ships. There's something about this guy here that's just like... that might be a really good target to hit. No. Give me Uzo. Dieter? Dieter. Give me the Uzo. Let's load up the rear tube. And let's just see. Can we get anywhere close to getting a shot off? No, we cannot. If only I'd been paying attention. Anyway, you can keep shooting that ship, Max. I don't mind. We're off to port, so I'll see you guys when we get there. Alright, so we're back at base. One thing I noticed is none of the ships are flying the swastika flag, so this means I'm probably going to have to reload my mods. So for those wondering what mods I've been using, apparently it's none. So that's just something to keep in mind. Hey, dude, we need some upgrades.
Sure.
There we go.
What do you want?
So, of course, we got no conning tower, we got no deck gun, we got no rear flak gun
Sure thing. What do
to
you
load
have
up,
in
but we
mind?
do,
Sure. What do
I
you
know,
want? Sure. What do you
have new
want?
hydrophones. So let's go ahead and upgrade to the KDB, equip that, and we got to paint our ship as well. So, you know, well, let's get an emblem first, because that's critical. And Kesselring, I think, I mean, that's the big U. That's not a bad looking one. We're obviously not going to go for either of the ones that would, you know, harken back to Guntram. Although maybe the Eagle of Germany, I think that's the one we're going to go for. We're going to go for the Eagle of Germany. So let's go ahead and equip that guy. It's cheap. I appreciate that. And let's get the paint scheme going on. We're going to go with the, I think the irregular shapes is going to be the way we're going to deck out the Prometheus.
Sure thing. What do you have in mind?
Let's go ahead and equip all the torpedoes that we need.
All right.
Thank you, sir.
It's loaded onto your boat.
Perfect.
Welcome back, Herr.
And you know what? We're just going to leave it here. We need to load mods from the harbor, so this is going to be the perfect time. I'm in a perfect position to make sure my few mods that I want get loaded, and we'll be all set and ready to continue on. Anyway, guys, we're going to leave it here for now, and we'll save it again as first patrol. Why not? Technically, it still is. Well, I guess it isn't anymore. That's neither here nor there. We're going to give it a save. Thank you very much. So, thumbs up if you have enjoyed this video. Leave your comments, questions, concerns, thoughts, jokes, musings, what have you below. Look at that. We're already an ace. Total tonnage, 149,000. That ain't bad. That ain't bad for a U-boat in the war at the end of the war. Considering we're not even through the first month. We're rolling. Thank you all very much for watching, and we'll see you next time.